Boo! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at this, it's sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-Wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, outside, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETFs, making profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them cans, make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang, making profits. We some snipe.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. I hope you guys are ready. What a week we have in store. This is probably one of the craziest weeks that I could ever possibly remember. You got everything going on with tariffs and trade and updates between the U.S. and China. People are now talking about India and Pakistan and nuclear war over there. We've got earnings this week from all the Mag 7 plus half of the S&P 500. We've got GDP data. We've got PCE inflation data. And then, oh yeah, the U.S. labor report. All of this is happening within the next 5 days. We are coming off of an incredible month of April. Absolutely incredible month of April. The volatility was the highest volatility that I have seen since 2020 and 2008. And we absolutely took advantage of it with some of the biggest trading days, individual trades, and monthly P&Ls that members have ever had inside of True Trading Group. So we've taken advantage of April, which so far is the biggest month of the year. But I have a feeling, call it a hunch, I've got a feeling that this might end up being the biggest week of the year. April was the biggest month, but this week coming up, I think this week coming up might be the biggest week. Everybody pay attention right now. You need to make sure that you're watching this video live. Okay. You have to make sure you watch this video live, that you're not watching this delayed. So this is how you're going to do that. Bottom left of the screen, very simple. You should see a red dot next to the word live. If you do, good job. You're watching the video live. We're set. Right? You're all good. You don't need to do anything. If you do not see a red dot, that means you're delayed. Okay. So you should just click on the word live. It'll bring this live stream right up to full speed. You'll see the red dot, and that lets you know that you are now caught up and you're watching everything that I'm saying live. Okay. Because this stream can and most likely will help you to understand concepts that could lead to you making money as early as tomorrow. Okay. This is going to be a wild and crazy week. The amount of catalysts that are going to move this market is insane. Do not be delayed in your actions this week. Do not be delayed in watching this YouTube video while I am going to lay out for you verbatim my plan of how I plan on making money this week. What stocks I'm focused on, entries, exit points, you name it, you've got it. You're going to get it from me within the next hour that you're going to spend with me on this live stream. So again, make sure you hit the word live, bring you all the way up to speed, and let's talk about how we are going to be making some money here this week. Now, let me make myself abundantly clear though first, before we dive into everything that I want to talk to you guys about on this live stream. Listen up. We've finally done it. Okay. We have done it. We have updated the TTG membership. Okay. I've been telling you guys for the last 2 weeks that we are updating the TTG membership. It is done. It is ready. So shout out to Adam and the team. I know the guys worked hard over the weekend actually to get a lot of that stuff finalized and completed. And tonight, the new memberships at your training group do go live. So I'm very excited about that. I mean, I'm excited about so many different things. Honestly, we're very excited. We had a wonderful boot camp this weekend with one of our professional traders. Did a 2-day boot camp this weekend that are going to get some people ready to make some money this week. We've got the new memberships updated. We've got earnings this week. We've got PCE data, GDP, labor report, all of it. And also congrats to everyone that was able to get the 90-day membership to True Trading Group for only $250. Over 200 people have joined True Trading Group over the last couple of weeks while we were offering a 90-day membership to our platform for just $250. People were scared. People were freaking out. I get it. Okay. And we did something different for those people to make sure that they did not make mistakes over the course of the next 90 days that would follow them for several years. So we had over 200 people join, and over 55% of those people have already converted to a full annual membership. So a big shout out and a huge congratulations to all of those people. It's been less than a month. It hasn't even been 30 days yet. So we had over 200 people join a 90-day membership. And in less than 30 days, 55% of them have upgraded to become an annual member of True Trade. Oh, there's Thomas. Thomas says, yep, I'm one. Thomas is in the house. Thomas, welcome, brother. Well, now you're with me for the rest of the year, right? Now you are with me for the rest of the year. I can't wait. I'm excited. As you guys can probably tell, my Knicks also won, so I'm excited. The Lakers lost. I'm also excited about that. Listen, converted means they manually entered their credit card and said, this is the place that I want to plant my flag. That's what I mean by when someone says, yes, I upgrade. There's another one, John Wozniak. There you go. So that means they literally were like, hey, you know what? Forget the 90 days. I want to plant my flag here for the full year. And they went ahead and they entered their credit card info and they decided that they wanted to become a full-time annual member. What could they have possibly seen in less than 30 days, though? They had 90 days of access to this platform for $250. What did they see in less than 30 days to make them say, you know what? I want to become a member for a full year. You know what? I bet I know what it is. I bet I know what they saw. They saw people making money. They saw real people, real members making money. They themselves were able to make money. That's what people saw. They didn't just see me making money. They saw members making money. They themselves were making money. That's what matters most. Whenever you guys, thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that. Thomas says, a great teacher. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Very much appreciate that. But that I think is the reason why we've seen so many people decide in less than 30 days. I told you April was a huge month. We absolutely crushed it in the month of April. And seeing all of these people that decided to upgrade to a full annual membership in less than 30 days, I think is just it's proof. It's proof that what we have here at True Trading Group works. They didn't have to. They didn't have to go to a full year. They had 90 days to have access to our platform. And they decided that they wanted to become an annual. That's it. They needed less than 30 days to figure out that this is the place they wanted to be. They joined over 10,000 members in 114 different countries to now become part of the TTG family. They joined myself and 8 other professional traders that are mods in True Trading Group that share their screens, that trade in front of you live every day, answer questions, provide analysis and commentary, send out our trade alerts on our mobile app in front of so that this way, those of you that are not in front of your computer during the day, you guys can get access to all of the trade alerts. You know exactly what we're doing, what we're buying, what we're selling, when we're getting in, when we're getting out. You guys know all of it. That's how 82% of our members have a full-time job. That's how 82% of them are able to follow along with what we do during the day because they get those real-time push notifications. You don't need to be sitting in front of a computer screen all day, every day in order to make money. Okay. If those people didn't upgrade to become an annual member, after their 90-day membership was over, it would just expire. It literally would have just expired and they would have never been charged anything again. And after the 90th day, they would have lost access to the platform. That's it. Very simple. It was very straightforward. 90 days, $250. After the 90 days is over, it expires. You lose access to the platform. You need to manually decide, I want to pay for an annual membership, and you have to enter your information and you have to purchase it. It doesn't just automatically happen. There's no automatic upgrade. There's no reoccurring payment. There's no automatic renewal. None of that stuff. Okay. These people got everything. It's not a trial. It's not a limited access or restricted access. It is access to our full platform for 90 days. And honestly, I should have said, had this not been our business model, and now it's done. So I should have said that before, actually, because it's not our business model. Okay, our business model, True Trading Group, is an annual membership. All right. We have a lot of tools and resources on our platform. We've partnered up with a lot of different companies. Like when you guys join True Trading Group, you get Benzinger Pro's real-time news feed, Trading Views premium charting software, the Trade Idea scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data, congressional trading data. All that stuff is included when you guys join our platform. And we have partnerships with those companies. So our membership is a full year. Okay. Membership is our full year. People do well because you say so. No, people don't just do well, Martin, because I say so. You shouldn't just believe me. Okay. You shouldn't just believe me just because I say something up here because I'm on a YouTube channel. I have a cool painting hanging behind me. It's not that. People do well because they actually say it. Our members are the ones that tell me this. Here, let's actually find out. Martin, I'll do you a solid. Martin, check this out. Members of True Trading Group, let's all help out Martin. Martin wants to know. Guys, if you are a member of True Trading Group and you're making money, you guys are becoming better traders because of TTG. Type the number 1 in chat right now. Type the number 1 in chat right now. So Martin and anybody else that's not a member, pay very close attention to how many people you're about to see type the number 1, because these are your peers. Okay. If these people are able to sit here and tell you, yes, I am now making money thanks to True Trading Group, I am now a better trader thanks to True Trading Group, then there's absolutely no reason why you can't do the same. These people are not luckier than you, and they sure as hell don't have more time than you. 82% of them have a full-time job. Wow, Gail, Muhammad, I just saw a couple other people that I know are brand new members, and they're already typing the number 1. These are people that I know that literally just signed up over the last 30 days, and they're already typing the number 1. Bert making profits. I love it. Getting better every day. Way to go, Bayside Warrior. I love it. Bayside Warrior says, I'm getting better every day, Martin. I sat on the fence and I watched for too long. And Bayside Warrior said, you know what? Enough with these live streams, enough with watching everybody else make money. I'm jumping in. I'm going to take advantage of what is the greatest market environment that I've ever seen in my almost 20 years now of doing this. I've been doing this for almost 2 decades, and I've never seen a market environment full with this much opportunity and this much volatility ever. Now, as cool as it is, though, to see this, let's see an even cooler response, right? So as cool as it was to see all those people type the number 1, let's see something that's even cooler. Yep, I waited years. I don't know what I was waiting for. Mohammed, listen, man, I hear you. You know, I hear you. I really do. But hey, you're here now, man. You're here now, and I'm glad you're here. Hey, Martin, I made my wife's 2-week salary in 4 days. What about you? Lifetime member for 5 years. J. Blanco, hope you and the wife and the family are doing very, very well. Okay, I hope you guys are doing very well. But here's a better question that I want to ask. Okay. Wow, way to go, Ann. Ann made 300% profit on Tesla on Friday. Congratulations. It's right from the watch list there. Ann Marita, way to go. Was green every day last week thanks to TTG. I turned $60 into $1,100. Trey, who's also a new member. Trey, if I'm not mistaken, you're what, 30 days young? 30 or 45 days young, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Awesome. Well done. Here's the other question, though, that I want to ask. Okay. Here's the other question. How many of you who just typed the number 1, I'm speaking directly. I thought so, Trey. I thought you were like 30 days, right around there. I know, Trey, that you are a brand new member. So congratulations. 4 weeks. I was right on. I said 30 to 45 days. Perfect. So 4 weeks. Trey's been a member for 4 weeks. Has taken $60, has turned it into $1,100. Way to go, Trey. Congratulations. And also, I too had 6 green days in a row for Ann. I'm turning 400 into 1,100 on a regular basis, says Taking Profits. I'm 11 days into membership, and I'm trading with a lot more confidence. Dr. Harry, I remember the day that you signed up, my man. I'm happy to hear that already. Less than 2 weeks in, you're already got a lot more confidence trading with TTG and the rest of the team. I love to see it, man. Let's keep on rolling through. Let's keep on trucking down that path. Awesome. All right, I'm going to get this question out, I promise, because I get so excited though. I get so excited when I see people that are having success and that are getting better and that are reaching their goals. But how many of you that just typed the number 1, how many of you struggled at the beginning and got better and are now able to type the number 1? Type number 1 if that was you. If you struggled at the beginning and then you got better and now you're able to type the number 1 and say, yes, I'm making money now. But it wasn't always that easy, right? When you first started trading, you struggled. You lost some money. You made mistakes. You didn't know where to go. You weren't part of TTG, or you were figuring out something else. You were trying other things, right? You struggled at the beginning, and now here you are making money. Type number 1 if that is you guys. And this, I think, is a more important question, okay? I don't want to paint the picture that making money is mindless. It's not. Making money in the market, okay, is not an overnight success. You're not going to join True Trading Group and you're just going to turn into a millionaire in 30 days. I wish that was the case. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And what you need to hear is this. Is trading easy? No. But is it impossible? Also no. The reason why so many traders fail is they approach trading from the completely wrong standpoint, the completely wrong angle. There is no fast money. There is no easy money. There is no get rich quick. There's only, long-term wealth building, build wealth smart. It's not get rich quick. And if you take that approach, and if you come into the markets with that casino mentality of, I want to take, $1,000, I'm going to put it into some crazy call option that somebody on Reddit told me was going to go up 5,000%. And if that's what you're going to do, then yes, you are going to fail. Once in a while, you'll get lucky, you'll make some money, but you're never going to keep it. You're always going to lose it. A lot of people on here might have experienced that firsthand, where you've made a bunch of money. You're like, oh, I got this, and then you lost it all, and then some. Being a good trader is not just about making money, folks. It's about keeping it and making more. Okay, it's not enough just to make it once in a while. You got to make it on a consistent basis. That's the whole point of this. Okay, the ability to stick with it. I've seen traders fail for 2 years and then stick with it, get better, and now they make 10 times what they used to make at their day job. I see it firsthand with our members. I've literally seen members. Somebody I just talked to last week, they lost money for 2.5 years trading. Stuck with it. They worked at it. Okay, they went through some of the education material. They got mentored, and now they're making 10 times what they used to make at their job, and they're full-time trader now. But the first 2.5 years, they did nothing but lose. One of the most important aspects of trading, and I think this is also part of the reason why a lot of people end up failing, is because they don't actually know how to lose correctly. If you don't know how to lose correctly, you're never going to be a profitable trader. And what I mean by that is the following. Many people that are maybe even on this live stream might have a win rate that is well over 50%. You might have a 62% win rate, but you're still not making money. How can that be if you're right more than half the time? How are you still losing money? And the answer is very simple. Okay. The answer is very simple, because when you make money, you make $300. And then when you lose money, you lose $600. And that math will never math for you. Your win rate could be 70%. It won't matter. You're still going to lose money. I will tell you this quote, and I want you guys to write this down. My members know this quote like the back of their hand because I've said it 1,000,000 times to them. But if you're not a member of True Trading Group, this is the first time you're hearing it. I'm being serious. I want you to pay attention to this next quote that I'm going to give you. It's a quote that I learned from my mentor, who was I got my background. I got my start in trading. My background, for those of you that are new, that don't know who I am, my name's Michael Edward Perinati. I go by Michael Edward. I got my start in trading working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City. It's my first job right out of college. While there, the fund had me go through a training program before they let me touch $1 of the firm's money. And then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession. The big stock market crashed, but that was actually the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. And my mentor, who was my boss at the fund and was also one of the partners at the firm, he gave me this quote. It has stuck with me for forever, and I share this now with our members. Successful traders are more concerned with how much they'll lose if they are wrong. Struggling traders are more concerned with how much they'll make if they're right. I'll say that to you guys one more time. Successful traders are more concerned with how much they'll lose if they're wrong. Struggling traders are more concerned with how much they'll make if they're right. And that is the point of that quote is really to explain to you that successful traders have very strong risk management. That is really what trading is really all about. It's not about predicting the future. It's not about, putting your entire account in a trade that you get lucky on and ends up working out and you make a bunch of money. Being a good trader is about implementing a strategy that yields you a consistent result over time and making sure that while implementing that strategy, that you maintain very strong, solid risk management so that when you are wrong, you lose a small amount of money. And when you're right, you learn to maximize your winners. And I'll teach you guys how to maximize your winners and how to hold on to winning trades longer. What are the signs that you can hold on to winning trades longer? How can you tier out of your position to hold on to winning trades longer? But the more important part is for you to stop getting your ass kicked every time you're wrong. You can't get killed every time you make a losing trade. Making losing trades is part of trading. I make losing trades. All of our moderators make losing trades. Every professional trader on planet Earth makes losing trades. But the difference between a professional trader is when they make a losing trade, it is a very controlled losing trade. An amateur trader or a struggling trader, when they make a losing trade, it is a disaster and they get destroyed. That is one of the biggest reasons why so many traders are unable to be successful, is because they just don't have any form of risk management whatsoever. Those who stick with this the longest, and the only way to do so is to control your losses. Look, if you're not a member of TTG, I want to see who's not a member. I have something I want to say to you directly. Okay. And if there's enough people that type the letters TTG here that are not members, maybe I might even do something extra for you guys. Do me a favor, type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, just go ahead and type the letters TTG for me, please, real quick. I have something I want to say directly to you guys. And if enough of you type TTG, maybe I might even do something extra for you guys tonight. I want to see who's on here. I know I have a lot of members that are with us tonight, but if you're not a member, go ahead and please type TTG. We've got Emily, Boyd, Game Zone. Again, guys, type TTG. Gabriel, Tracy or Trace G. Oh, I see a Lakers icon on that username. Isam, Peter, David, B, Easton, Danny. And again, guys, also make sure you're watching this live. George Leon, how are you, George? What's up? King, Michael, Nathaniel, Casually, Chicken Katsu. Welcome back. I recognize that name. I think you've been here before. Stan Robinson, how are you? I fixed New York City. What's up? All right, good. So we have a decent amount of people on here that are not members. Salim, how are you? And again, guys, make sure you do hit the live button. Make sure you're watching this video live. Manuel De Silva. What do you got? You want to maybe send a text message in? No, not tonight. Yeah, no, Manuel, the 90 days, the 90-day thing is over. The 90 days thing is over. What do you mean you no longer have 90 days? Yeah, we no longer have 90 days. That's really all I mean by it, Martin. Our membership to True Trading Group is an annual membership. I just, for like 2 weeks, when all the craziness was happening, the markets were tanking and a lot of people were freaking out. A lot of people were in complete panic mode. I offered a 90-day membership for people for just $250. so that people didn't have to go through that crazy time period without having their questions answered, and they didn't have to go through that crazy time period and potentially make the wrong decisions that could have carried with them for the next couple of years. So we do not, we did this to help people. It was a full membership. They had complete access to our platform. It's basically, you had the same access as you would an annual membership, but you just had it for 90 days. Okay. So we're no longer doing the 90-day membership. Because listen, we have a trial, but it's very limited. Like, it's not even a fraction of what you actually get with your annual membership. So that was kind of why we did it. So instead of people joining a trial membership, because you join a trial membership, you don't get access to all the stuff that we have. Like, you don't get access to all the tools and all the resources. You don't get access to all the courses and all that stuff. And then cost, after you go through our trial membership, our 7-day trial, which is what I'm talking about, then the cost to join the annual membership is $1,497 for the year. There's no exceptions on that. So because that was the only other option that people had, we said, okay, well, I'll do a 90-day membership for just $250. And that was something that we were doing just for the last couple of weeks, but it is over now. That's not something that we're just going to do indefinitely, because like I said, our business model is a year membership. And we got over 10,000 people, represented from 114 different countries. Truly a global community here at True Trading Group, guys. And there's something for everybody, right? We day trade, we swing trade, we do long-term portfolio stuff too. We trade stocks, options, futures. We do it all. We do it all in TTJ. So back to what I was saying. All right. So back to what I was saying. I'm sorry, not new members, but those of you that are not members. Okay. George, I appreciate you, George. That's an excellent compliment. I truly respect this guy, honestly. George, I appreciate that. I really do. Goddamn, every time I check out this channel for markets, you're pushing your program instead of market talk. Every single time. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. I give a shit. Thanks for sharing. You know why? People are glad we did, brother. People are glad we did. Solo dolo. You loser. People are glad we did. And here it is. And this is why people are glad. This is why people are glad that I do, right? This is why people are glad. Okay? They're making money. And solo dolo, in case you missed it. Okay. All right. Members. Members, go ahead and type the number 1 if you guys are making money. Go ahead and type the number 1 if you guys are making money. Solo dolo. Pay attention how many people type the number 1. We'll make it real nice and simple for you. See all those number 1s? Solo dolo. Do you see all that? I'm also a part-time psychic. Non-members, I bet I can tell you why you are watching this. So finally, this is why I asked you to type the letters TTG before. Sorry for the delay and the interruption. But the reason why I asked you guys to type TTG I wanted to prove that Miss Cleo ain't got nothing on me. That's what I wanted to prove. I know you guys are here because you are tired. You're tired of struggling. You're tired of worrying about the rent payment, gas, eggs, mortgage, tariffs. You're worried. You're about the price of stuff. You guys, True Trading Group's not about Lamborghinis and mansions. Right? It's not about Lamborghinis and mansions. It's about the everyday person bettering their lives. That's what it's really about. Play some of the morning clips and you calling almost perfectly what the spy is going to do that day. Yeah. I don't even have them. I don't have them right now. I couldn't even do it. We learned a lot this weekend with Chris Toner. He really showed us how to use the tools for research. It was great. That's excellent, Dolly. Yeah, I heard really good things about the boot camp this weekend. It's about becoming our own boss. Exactly. Look forward to becoming a member. Just need to save up a little. Appreciate your time. Sure, Boyd. It's my pleasure. Like I said to you guys before, this isn't about overnight successes or get rich quick. It's just about people that are, trying to take us that special family vacation that they've always dreamed of. It's about people trying to not have to worry about how they're going to pay the bills, people not having to worry about, what's going to happen in the economy. Am I going to lose my job? I mean, these are all the things this is what True Trading Group really is about. It's about everyday people, right? It's about everyday people that are trying to improve their financial situation. And if you're worried about whether or not we're going to have a recession and people are going to ask me why, do you think we're going to have a recession, Mike? Oh, it's possible. I think the odds are probably right around 50-50. I'd say they're probably right around 50-50. So if you guys are worried about that, then you got to start doing something to figure out how to supplement your income. You got to start doing it. You got to start doing it now. You don't do it when the recession's here and you actually lose your job. You do it now so that if a recession does come and if you do lose your job, it doesn't matter. Because whether or not there's a recession, the stock market's still open. And whether or not stocks go up or down, we can still make money in the markets. Doesn't matter. Stocks don't have to go up for us to make money. Stocks went down a ton over the last month and a half. And April was the biggest month we've had so far this year. And the markets absolutely crashed in the month of April. We had the fastest, double-digit decline that in the last 50 years. Like literally the NASDAQ went down over like 11 or 12% in 2 days. It's insane. We haven't seen a crash like that in ages. And we had the biggest month so far this year. And then the year's early, right? It's early in the year. It's only April. And this week coming up, we're going to get into May, and we're sad to see April go, but I think this week is going to be just as good. True Trading Group provides you with a real chance for you to stand on your own 2 feet. I want you guys to be able to learn this so that you're able to make money regardless of following somebody else. I don't want you guys to only make money by following my trades, because what happens if, God forbid, one day I'm not here? You're just going to stop making money in the markets. I don't want you to just be reliant on moderators to send you trade alerts to tell you what to do. Sure, if you want to do that in the beginning while you're learning, that's fine. But I want you to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. I want you to be able to learn this skill for yourself. I want you to be able to look at a chart and tell me, I think that this is what the stock's going to do, and then learn how to position yourself properly to take advantage of it. That's the real goal. No matter how much time you have or don't have, or how much money that you have or you don't have. That's what this stuff is about. 90% of traders fail. You've probably heard that stat before. And yeah, it's probably true. But 90% of traders fail, not because trading is so hard. 90% of traders fail because they never actually learn how to actually trade. They just think they're going to show up one day into somebody else's, place of professional. I don't even know the word. Someone else's professional workplace and just thrive. You're not going to if you don't know what you're doing. You're not just going to just go into the market, open up an account one day and just start buying and selling stuff and think that you even have a chance, because you don't. You got to learn how to do this the right way, guys. And that's what over 10,000 members from 114 countries have already figured out. How many people here are grateful for this community in just the last month or for a week? Yep, exactly, Lambo. How many of you guys are grateful for this community? Gonna type the number 1 if you guys are grateful for this community. You don't know how much a real community will help your trading. It's true. It is very, very true. Being part of a community also doesn't just help you guys, it helps me too. I only have 2 eyes. I can't look at 1,000 different stocks all at once. That's what we are. We're a community, not because of me or because of Ahmad or anything like that. It's because of them. It's because of members. TGG is bigger than one person. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than Adam. It's bigger than Joe, who's also in the background here right now on your live stream right now. I'm in front. Joe and Adam are in the back. Joe and Adam are behind the scenes right now. But TTG is all about community. TTG is all about the members. Until death to us, my man Ray. Ray, what's up, bro?
Yeah, but I'm last because I don't want to be in the middle of that train.
Dude, I don't know. Don't
so
listen.
If you're in the front,
it could be a good time.
Yeah, I don't want to be Eiffel Towered.
Yeah, but you never listen, man. Joe's a nice guy. Where are you? Joe's a nice guy.
Joe, I don't want to be Eiffel Towered. And the way that you said that, I know you're struggling. Yeah, we're gonna. I don't really want to high five over Joe either. Look, sometimes you got to just stick to the script, brother. You went a little off there. But I just want to let everyone know that's not how we get down. We're not that kind of family. This is not Alabama. No offense, Ray. And yeah. All right. That's all I got to say about that.
Damn, Ray, you gonna take that from Adam? Ray's from Alabama. Roll Tide, Ray. Roll Tide. Anyway. So, as we try to get back on track now, you know what? Hi, Mike. Can you please help me? I'm losing a lot of money. Can you please help me? Gabrielle, I'd be happy to help you. I'd be very happy to help you. It would be my pleasure to help you. So how about this?
Yo. Listen, I know you're texting me while you're on here. You're a better person than I am. But look, if you want to let him do what you were texting me, then that's fine. But You have until we are done with this stream. And that's it.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, because we're ready to go on our end, so I'll hold it off for the rest of the stream, and then that's it.
Okay.
All right. So and that's it.
I think that's a good idea.
All right, up to you.
I want to help Gabrielle. Martin earlier. Martin said that he would do it. So you had a bunch of people on here, and then you had
yeah. I just literally when we're done on the stream, like 5 minutes after, I'm just going to switch it.
Right. Okay.
All right.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. So that's what I was just saying. I was just texting Adam to see if the checkout if the updates were made to the membership yet, because I saw there was Manuel, there was Gabrielle, there was Martin, that were all asking about the 90-day membership. So I was asking Adam if that was something that I can give to those people that are here on this live stream. And I'm going to do that there for this live stream, but that's it. So we will leave the 90-day membership for as long as I'm on this live stream. Once this live stream is over, Adam is going to change the checkout page, and we'll just go back to the annual membership. It'll be well over $1,000, and that'll just be the membership then going forward. That is our normal membership. That's our normal business model, right? We did those 90 days for like 2 weeks. We're not going to continue to do that. So I will allow you guys. I'm not going to put a limit on it as far as the amount of people to do it, but it will just be a time limit. So for as long as I'm live on this stream, you guys can go to ttgoffer.com. You can sign up for the 90-day membership for just $250. It is complete, full, total access to our annual membership for 90 days. Okay. And instead of you spending well over $1,000, you're only going to spend $250. You get access to the entire annual membership for 90 days. Okay. There is no automatic renewal. There is no automatic upgrade. After your 90 days are up, it just expires and you're done. If you decide you want to become an annual member, like 55% of the people that have signed up already have, you have to do that and process it yourself. Okay. And if you want the annual membership, honestly, we'll give you the annual membership for less than $1,000. We will work with you guys, right? You're not committed to it. It's only if you want to do it at the end or sometime during your 90-day membership, you decide you want to be an annual member. We'll work with you on it. Okay. If you decide you want to stay with us for the full year, ttgoffer.com. You have until I am done with this live stream. I still have to go over with you guys all of my trade ideas for this week. I've got a handful. I got longs and shorts. I'll tell you exactly what I think the markets are going to do. And I'm going to give you my analysis for the week. Okay. And we're going to go over some of the earnings expectations that we have coming up. We have all your Mag 7s, your Apples, your Microsoft, your Metas, your Amazons. They're all coming out earnings this week. Like half the S&P 500 has earnings this week, pretty much. It's going to be a huge week. And while all those earnings are coming out, you got GDP data, PCE data, you got the U.S. labor report. And while all that's happening, you've got trade talks that are taking place, right? You have trade talks that are taking place. So again, ttgoffer.com. Okay. This is not something you need to worry about, right? This week alone, I feel like we'll cover the 250. So again, it's ttgoffer.com. You're going to get our entire curriculum, which is our 22 course curriculum, simplified version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. Manuel, my pleasure, brother. Okay. You're going to get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, trading views, premium charting software, the trade ideas scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data, congressional trading data. It's all included. You get 1,000 hours of our workshops and inside of our video library. That's all included, covering a variety of different trading topics. It's all included, guys. Right? It's all included. 90 days, $250. Simple. Okay, that's ttgoffer.com. Once this live stream is over, it's going to switch to the full 12-month annual membership, and the price will be $11.97. Okay. And then if you guys decide you do want to become the annual member, you guys then unlock our double your money back guarantee. So at TTG, we stand behind the platform that we've created. And when you guys join the annual membership, we say, if you are unable to make back your membership fee at least once, we give you back double your money. So to make the math easy, let's say you joined an annual membership. Let's just say you paid $1,000. I'm just throwing a number out there to make the math easy. If you go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend the study group, and are still unable to make enough winning trades with us to equal the $1,000 membership fee you paid, you can't do that at least one time. We're not just going to give you your $1,000 back. We're going to give you back $2,000 to prove to you how much we believe in the platform that we've created. Now, we can do that because our refund rate, it's less than 2.5%. And our retention rate is well into the 70s. We got to welcome Peter and Abdullah. Peter and Abdullah, welcome. Welcome to the TTG fam. I think Manuel, I think you're going to be coming up and signing up there pretty soon. Manuel's ready to come on back. So guys, again, take advantage. That's ttgoffer.com. 90 days, $250. Y'all are nuts not to take advantage of their generosity. I've been with TTG for almost 4 years now. I had an idea where I would be today, life-changing. I love hearing that kind of stuff. I really do. Music to my ears. Blessed Out Mass, I hope you are doing very, very well. I increased my net wealth by 30% using what I learned. I'm not saying it was all TTG, but I would say from the day I finished the courses to now, my all-time P&L went from minus 20K to plus 80K. Ryan, that's incredible, bro. Ryan, that's absolutely incredible. Congratulations, dude. That's awesome, Ryan. Congratulations. You guys are doing the work. Like, honestly, I'm not making trades for you. Like, you guys are doing the work. You're putting in the effort. If you guys, this could be, if you guys are able to do this, this is something that could be life-changing. It's worth putting in some effort. To think you're just going to just open up a Robinhood account and just fart around like on Reddit, you're going to get what you put into it. You want to take this serious and you want to treat this as a potential, life-changing skill set, then that's what you can get. And TTG is going to give you the best damn opportunity and the best damn chance to do that. These are real people, guys. These are real people's lives. These are real comments. These are real financial livelihoods. This isn't a joke. This isn't a game. And when you guys decide, you know what, I'm going to join True Training Group and I'm going to be with True Training Group for a year. I'm going to join True Training Group for life. I'm going to join a lifetime membership to TTG. And you guys are going to put you're going to take your financial livelihood and your financial future and you're going to entrust, True Trading Group to help you reach your goals. We take that very, very seriously. Steven, big mistake, brother. Big mistake. Steven, you just joined our 7-day trial. Big mistake. I'll tell you guys why. I just want to be fully transparent. We do have a 7-day trial. You absolutely, under no circumstance, want to join the 7-day trial tonight. I'm just going to tell you why, and then you can do whatever you want. The 90-day membership for $250, that is only available for as long as I'm on this live stream. Once I'm off, it goes back to an annual membership. Okay, that's number one. And the price will be $11.97. However, if you go through this 7-day trial and you then say, I want to become an annual member, you will pay $1,497. I want to make that very clear. Stephen, if you don't mind and you don't care about paying $14.97, then by all means, go through the trial. But if you're like, well, that sounds really crappy, I don't want to spend an extra, $400 on top. I'd rather pay, less than $1,000 for an annual membership, or you want to take advantage of the 90-day membership for $250 first, send us a text message right now, 1-888-621-2127. Again, that is 1-888-621-2127. Okay, we'll help you correct it. So that I'm talking specifically to Stephen, because I just see Stephen just joined up for our 7-day trial. So Stephen, if if you change your mind now with that information, send a text to the number that you see on the bottom of the screen, 1-888-621-2127. Phone number is right down there at the bottom of your screen. Okay? Again, 1-888-621-2127. Jane, Bob, and Raul, welcome to the TTG family. Jane, Bob, and Raul, welcome to the family. Again, you guys have until I'm done with this live stream. I'm about to get into my trade ideas now for the week. So you guys only have, I don't know, maybe another 20 minutes left or so to go to ttgoffer.com. Okay. Everything on that page is included for 90 days for just $250. Tessa, Barry, and Fernando, welcome. Tessa, Barry, and Fernando, welcome to the TTG family. That's ttgoffer.com. Any questions? Text us. Manuel, there he is. Welcome home, Manuel. Welcome back. Manuel was a member a while ago and just came back to the team. Manuel, welcome back to the family, brother. Everybody, welcome back, Manuel. Glad to have you back, man. Looking forward to trading with you again. All right. Again, guys, ttgoffer.com. 90 days, $250. If you forget to cancel the 90-day membership, it does not matter. It just expires. You never charge anything again. It doesn't renew. It doesn't automatically upgrade you to an annual. You'd have to do it yourself if you decide you want to stay with us for the year. All right. Perfect. All right, folks, let's take things on over to the charts. Let's talk about the SPY. If you guys have been following my YouTube channel for the last couple of weeks, then you know that, after we had the big reversal and the 90-day pause, okay, I've kind of been telling people that I feel that the markets were more likely to push through this resistance level than it was to pull back off of this level. And guys, you can also text that number if you have any questions, or if you guys need help at the checkout, you can text 1-888-621-2127. Again, 1-888-621-2127, that phone number. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys need help at the checkout, whatever, you guys can feel free to text that number as well. Okay. All right. So as we get back up here now with the SPY, you guys will notice we had a very clear and obvious level of support here. And that level was broken. Okay. We broke this level to the downside with the announcement of the tariffs on April 2nd. Then it became resistance on that gap down day. It was resistance on the 90-day pause day. It was resistance on these 2 days from last week. And then on Friday, we started to push our head back above this level. Okay, so you see this candle here pushing back above. And if you guys have been following my live streams, I've been saying that I believe that we put in a higher low and then push back up into this resistance level rather than roll back down and test these lows. That was my analysis over the last couple of weeks. Now, that analysis turned out to be correct as we put in a higher low, right? And we've rallied back into that resistance level, and now we're starting to push up through it. And the reason why I'm thinking this is because that is such an obviously clear level of resistance, and the markets are in a period right now of excessive volatility. Usually when markets are in environments of excessive volatility, the easy move doesn't happen. And the easy move would have been bump into this resistance level and then roll back over. Anuj and Mehdi, welcome to the TTG family. Anuj and Mehdi. Guys, again, ttgoffer.com, 90 days, just $250. That's it, plain and simple. Honestly, if there's ever been a time for you to do it, it is literally right now. This week is going to be absolutely insane. There's going to be so much opportunity this week. I am literally foaming at the mouth. I can't wait to go over my trade ideas with you guys. So I think that we're going to push into this level, and then you're going to find resistance up here, right? Because then you're going to run into this dark blue line. This dark blue line you see on my screen, that's the 50-day moving average, right? That's your 50-day moving average. And then the gap fill, which is the gap fill from the tariff announcement, lines up right with that 50-day moving average, right? You guys see this dark blue line on my screen? That's a 50-day. And here's the death cross where the 50-day crosses under the 200-day, right? That's a very, very standard bearish technical indicator when you get a death cross. So there's gap fill and there's the 50-day. I think that we could see a situation here where we try to push further into this level and then run into resistance and then pull back from there. That is the price action that I think we are going to see and that I think we are going to get. Futures market right now is a little muted. We've kind of been bouncing around a little bit on futures. We opened up slightly red. We were down around like 0.3. Then we kind of bounced back. We were down 0.1, 0.15. Then we kind of fell back down to be down, 0.3-ish. Now the NASDAQ's down 0.35. So we are slightly red to kind of start off the futures session here. And there are so many catalysts this week. And this is something I really want you guys to understand. I am not on here right now to try to predict the future of where the market's going to be on Thursday or Friday. There are so many catalysts this week that I have no freaking idea. You have literally, I think it's like 38% of the S&P 500 reports earnings this week. Depending on how all that goes, will dictate how the markets trade. If there is any updates with China and the United States, the markets are going to move based on that. You get GDP data, markets are going to move on that because of the recession fears. You've got PCE inflation data, market's going to move on that because everybody's worried about inflation with the tariffs. Then you've got the U.S. labor report, which is going to move the markets because everybody's worried about if there's going to be a recession and when the Fed's going to be able to cut rates. All of these catalysts are going to move the markets when they actually happen. Okay. My job is not to predict what the GDP number is going to be, what the PCE inflation number is going to be, what Microsoft's earnings are going to be, what Meta is going to say about their guidance for next quarter, what the U.S. labor report or what the U.S. unemployment rate is going to be. That's not my job. My job is to understand how the markets are going to react to those things. So if the GDP number is X, how do the markets react? If it's Y, how do the markets react? If the labor report is X, what's the market's reaction? If it's Y, what's the market's reaction? If something happens between the United States and China this week, what's the market's reaction? What stocks are going to move first? That's my job. And I'm going to be very nimble this week. I have longs and shorts on my list this week. Russell, welcome to the TG family. Everybody, welcome Russell. I have longs and shorts, and I think you have to have longs and shorts. You can't come into this week with this bevy of catalysts and just be one directional. Now, could the markets be one directional this week if all the catalysts turn out to be bullish or all the catalysts turn out to be bearish? Sure, we absolutely could. Is that the most likely scenario? No. The most likely scenario is you're going to get, I'm making up examples. GDP numbers much better than people thought. Markets rally, no recession. Then all of a sudden a comment comes out. Trump and President Xi have a screaming match over the phone. It doesn't go well. They cancel an in-person meeting they were talking about. Markets go back down. Then Meta comes out and Meta gives Q2 guidance and they say, our guidance is, we're going to lower our guidance because we're worried about a slowdown in marketing and advertising expenses because of a pending recession. Markets go back down. Then the unemployment rate comes out and the unemployment rate actually went down. And no one's worried about a recession again. The markets go back up. I think you're going to get that type of activity this week, which is why you got to keep your head on a swivel. You got to have long and short ideas and you have to be ready to react. Don't be a hero. Don't try to make predictions. Don't try to be a psychic. Learn to wait for the data and then react to it. How do I get the alerts on my phone? You got to download the app. Okay. You got to download the app and then you get the real-time push notification sent directly to your cell phone. Okay. You get them directly to your cell phone. Anyway, so what I think we're going to see happen is I think we're going to try to push into like the high 550s. And then I think we're going to pull back from there. So that's kind of the price action that I am going to be looking for this week. It's going to be something that looks like this, right? And then you get up in here and then I think you pull back, right? And then I think you do something that looks like this. Okay. So this is kind of the price action that I am thinking that we are going to get. But again, you got to wait and just see what happens with all these catalysts. Okay. You got to wait and see what happens with all these catalysts. All right, that's it. Simple as that. Let's talk about some individual stocks that are on my watches here today. I have a lot of them. I have longs and shorts. We're going to go through them. We'll bang them out real quick. NVIDIA. Okay. NVIDIA, I'm looking for NVIDIA for a short at 115. Very simple, very straightforward setup. Okay. Everybody welcome Steven. Steven just joined TTG. Everybody welcome Steven. So here's this previous support level that you guys see here back in March. You broke underneath it. Resistance on the 90-day pause. Resistance, and then here's the 50-day moving average resistance at 115. So what I'm going to be looking for here on NVIDIA is I'm looking for this 115 resistance level that you guys all see on my screen. I'm looking for that level to be resistance. I'm looking for us to push up. If you push up into that level and then give you a little bit of a pullback, and we're looking short against 115, stop loss above that 50-day moving average. Okay, that is going to be NVIDIA. Guys, again, ttgoffer.com, 90-day membership, $250. Okay, you have until I'm done with this live stream, and I'm almost done. You guys maybe have another 15 minutes or so. ttgoffer.com, 90 days, $250. Then it switches to just the annual membership, and it's well over $1,000. You have any questions? Text us 1-888-621-2127. That's 1-888-621-2127. Okay, so there's NVIDIA. That's one idea for this week. Next up, keeping with the semiconductors, we're going to go to AMD. And AMD's resistance level is a little bit higher. It's right up around 100. Okay, AMD is going to be right up around 100. There's going to be pivot support. There is the Liberation Day tariff announcement, gap down resistance, so gap entry. And then there's the 50-day moving average, the dark blue line sitting at 100. So just like similar with NVIDIA, we are going to look for something that looks like this. All right, so we're going to push up into this level and then look for that to be resistance. Right? So something that looks like that for AMD. So push up into 100. So we're looking to go short 90, 99, stop loss above 100, and we look for a pullback into the mid 90s. Okay, that is AMD. Then we're going to stick with the semiconductors. Semiconductors are really on my watch list this week. Then we're going to go to Broadcom. Okay. Now Broadcom is going to be, I'm actually going to look for Broadcom is going to be a potential long setup. And I would like to show you here with Broadcom is Broadcom has broken above a resistance level that once was support. There you can see support back there in March. You broke underneath it. Then you had the rally back on the 90-day pause. There's the resistance. Then you had the 50-day and 200-day moving averages, dark blue line and yellow line, right? There's your two major moving averages, and you broke above that last week. So what I'm looking for here from Broadcom is I'm looking for Broadcom to pull back. You know, Broadcom pulls back into this level. We're looking for that to be support and look for Broadcom to actually push its way back to the upside and look for this level that used to be resistance, look for it to be support. You have the 50-day and the 200-day moving average both sitting there in the mid 180s. And then your next resistance level on Broadcom is up here in the high 190s. It's around like 197, 198. So we're going to look for Broadcom like a 186, 187 support long, stop loss under 185. And we're going to look for like a $10 move to the upside on Broadcom into the mid to high 190s. All right. So it's a nice little hedge trade there. If we're looking short NVIDIA and AMD, we can couple that with a long on Broadcom in case the markets do move high. And again, I want both. I want longs and shorts this week because there are so many catalysts, right? There are so many catalysts that we might have one big green day this week. We might have one big red day this week. And I want ideas that I can go after depending on how all of these catalysts that we're getting this week, depending on how all those catalysts play out. I want to be able to go after, you know, the longs and shorts depending on, you know, what the results are, right? So that's what I'm thinking about there with regards to Broadcom. All right, let's move now over to some more. And then I have more longs and more shorts. I'm very balanced this week. I have longs and shorts. So here's some other longs. App 11. The reason why I want to keep an eye on App 11 is just because App 11 is heavily shorted. It's had multiple short reports come out on it, and the stock really hasn't cratered, right? It really hasn't cratered. right? And what I'm thinking about is if we break 280, right? If we break 280, the stock has room to 300. And wow, that's crazy. So I was actually just told that Mari actually found. Are you serious? So Mari is our AI, and
Yeah. Wild. Toner did a demo today, and we have the whole recording. And it was wild, dude. Like that was the one that came up, and it was between that and this one GNTX, I believe.
Mhm.
And it gave a whole thesis, bro, identical to what you are saying right now.
No way.
And
That's
all
awesome.
of the members that were in there saw it.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, good. I just saw Blessed Hot Mess comment. Just said a Toner covered AppLovin in the boot camp. That's awesome. That's sick.
So cool.
That's real cool. Wow, that's awesome. So our AI tool is an award-winning AI tool, guys. We did receive the Benzinga FinTech Award for best AI analysis tool. So our trading co-pilot was doing some work this weekend and identified the trade setup as well. So what I'm looking for here, guys, again, this is just levels-based trading. And when you took a look at the software side, you had ServiceNow came out with blowout earnings and really crushed it. I'll show you ServiceNow, okay, which had this huge monster gap up on their earnings. Palantir has been an absolute rock star, right? So AppLovin has a big short position, and I just feel like this resistance level right here at 280, I mean, just look at it. You have a double top right here. You have resistance here on Thursday and Friday. If you can break above 280, if 280 can hold support, then I don't see there being any reason why you can't get a candle that looks like this on AppLovin. But you got to get above 280 first. Don't be early on it. There's plenty of room on this, okay, if this thing is going to go. Your resistance is 300. So there's plenty of room to get to 300, to wait for it to get above 280. Let it get above 280, okay? And then buy the low 280s. Buy 281, 282, 283, and your target is 300. So there's the risk reward is going to be fantastic. And you look for a candle that looks something like that on AppLovin, and you're going to target the 50-day moving average. This dark blue line, that's your target. Why is that your target? Well, look at the last couple times the stock reached the 50-day moving average. Massive resistance right there in March. Massive resistance right here. I didn't do it. Resistance right here. Prior to that, it was support. It was support. It was support. It was support. Look at this 50-day moving average. It was support. So every time the stock has interacted with the 50-day moving average for the last 7 months, the stock has acted as resistance or support, depending on whether you were above or below the level. So right now we're below the level, and that's why that's going to be our target as resistance. But if you get above 280, you look for the long and let it rip right into 300, and then that's going to be your target. Is that an equity or option opportunity? Jimmy, it's both, brother. There's no such thing as only an equity opportunity or only an option opportunity. Okay, if I trade AppLovin, I'm going to trade the equity. If Toner trades it, he's going to trade the option. If Blessed Hot Mess trades it, she's going to trade the option, right? Like you can trade a call option or you can buy the equity, whatever you prefer. It depends on your trading style. It's the same idea. It's the same. You're just using a different security in order to take advantage of the move. So it's like, if I think AppLovin is a long, it doesn't mean that I think like, hey, the equity is a long, but the call option is not a good idea. If I think the stock's going to go higher, then you can do whichever one is better for you and your trading style and also your account size. Someone that has a small account, you're not going to want to buy a $280 stock. You're going to buy a call option. You know? So I like what I'm seeing here. We get above 280. I think the stock has room. All right. And then my target would be 300. So that's that. All right. That's AppLovin. Then can't forget about Palantir. Palantir was a big winner for us. Last week, we had a really nice trade on Palantir. Stock's an absolute monster. and we just broke above what was a nasty resistance level. And I just feel like I don't want to step in front of this thing. I don't want to get in the way of this thing. This is one of the strongest stocks in the entire market. And I just feel like this level that was support, then you had the gap down, it became resistance. You broke above that on Friday. And I just feel like any pullback into this level is support. And you look for something that looks like this. Let me move this so you guys can see it maybe a bit easier. Like that. I'm looking for something like that. Right? So a pullback into 110 for the long and your stop loss like 108, 108.50. So it's like a 110 long, 108.50 stop loss. And just see if you push back to like 113. A nice little 2 for 1. Risk $1.50 to make $3. Okay, why not? Okay, so that's Palantir. All right, then continuing on, Amazon. Looking for a short on Amazon at 195. All right, now with Amazon, again, let's draw a line across the gap fill from the Liberation Day announcement. There's the gap fill from the Liberation Day announcement. Lead you that line right across. What do we have here? Oop, look at that. 50-day moving average. Dark blue line crossing underneath the yellow line. It's a death cross, right? So what I'm going to look for here is for Amazon to push up into that level and then find resistance and give you a little bit of a pullback that takes you back into the low 190s. So it's going to be push up to 195, take the short at 195, stop loss, I think 196, 196 and a half, and your target is going to be 190, 189 and a half. So just find resistance up there in the mid 190s on Amazon and then fade back to the downside there on Amazon, something that looks like this. Okay. So something that price action looks like that there for Amazon. And last but certainly not least, these are some damn good trade ideas this week. Last but not least, we're looking at Affirm for a short against 51 and a half. Now, if we take a look here at Affirm, I want you guys all to see huge level here. Massive, 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 massive level here for Affirm. I will take you guys to the charts. Support back in 2021 and 2022, broke it in 2022. Then it became resistance. And then again in 2023, resistance. And then fast forward to 2024, we finally broke through it. And then it became support. 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 And then it broke underneath it. And then it became resistance. And now you have the dark blue line, which is what? The 50-day moving average right there as well. So what we're going to do here for Affirm is bounces into 52. We're going to look for a short entry there. Okay, up there around 51 and a half, maybe take the short entry at 51 and a half. And we're going to have a stop loss probably at 52 and a half. And we're going to look for Affirm to do something that looks like that. Okay. Get it? Got it? Good. All right, guys, that wraps it up there for my trade ideas for the week. Okay, that wraps up trade ideas there for the week. We've got a lot of them. And again, to recap, NVIDIA, AMD for shorts, Broadcom for longs, Apple Oven for longs, Palantir for longs, Amazon Affirm for shorts. And the reason why I have longs and shorts is because I don't know what all of these catalysts are going to look like this week. I don't know how they're all going to unfold. I don't know what the GDP number is going to be, good or bad. Why are you calling me? Yes. Guys, hold on. Hold on, guys. Time out. Live breaking news. Hold on. Yes. Oh, wow. Well, Adam wants to let you guys all know he had to sign off the stream abruptly because they found a nest of where snakes were coming out from underneath his deck. So a nest of snakes are underneath Adam's deck, and they found it. And it's, that's it. Okay. All right. Well, good luck with that. I'm going to wrap up here. All right. Oh. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. I'll let them know. All right. Bye. All right, guys. Well, good news. Well, let me tell you guys this. If you're watching this live stream right now, delayed, like after it's aired, then you guys are you're in luck, because I'm going to tell you guys a secret. That means Adam is not going to be able to change the checkout page until he's done with the snakes. So if you guys are watching this live stream and you're like, oh, damn, I missed out on the 90 days for $250, go to ttgoffer.com right now. And if Adam is still farting around with snakes, you guys could actually still grab the 90-day membership for $250. So again, it's ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included for $250 for 90 days. There's no restriction. There's no limitation. Okay. Once Adam's done, he is going to change the checkout page. So when you go to ttgoffer.com, if it says $1,197 and it says an annual membership, then that means Adam's already changed it. But if you go there and it still says 90-day membership, $250, hurry up, go ahead and sign up for the 90 days. If you guys have any questions, send a text message to 1-888-621-2127. Again, that's 1-888-621-2127. The phone number is right down there at the bottom of the screen. So just text that number. If you guys have any questions, if you need help signing up or anything, text that number. Okay? This is the very last night for the 90-day membership. Okay? Once Adam is done with the snakes, 1 year membership, $1,197. Okay? So hurry up. That's it. That does it here for me. And I actually just realized I didn't give any code words for the giveaway for today. I got so excited about what the week has in store for us that I forgot to give all of the code words. So that means I'll do it tomorrow. So members, forget it. Members for the giveaway, we'll figure it out. I'll do it tomorrow. I just realized that when I started the live stream, I forgot to give you guys code words because I got so excited about this week. Damn it. Well, that's how excited I am for this week, that I forgot to give you guys the code words for the giveaway. So I'll figure it out. We'll do something tomorrow. We're gonna go live all week this week because we have earnings, right? So to give you guys an idea, earnings on Monday after the close. Okay, you got Waste Management, NXP, Mondays, whatever. Tuesday, though. Tuesday, we have SoFi, PayPal, UPS, JetBlue, Coca-Cola, Pfizer, Royal Caribbean, Spotify, Ultra, Visa, Starbucks, Snap, First Solar, Booking.com, One Oak. Ooh, One Oak. I'm a big shareholder there. Wednesday is Humana, Caterpillar, Microsoft, Meta, Robinhood, Qualcomm, GE. Oh, and GE Healthcare, ADP. Thursday is Amazon, Apple, Eli Lilly, Roblox, Airbnb, MasterCard, Reddit, McDonald's. I mean, this Shake Shack, this is going to be just an absolute monster week. So I'm going to go live every day to cover all of these earnings. So you guys can just tune in this week, set your reminders, turn on your notifications so you guys are notified the second that I go live. But I'll be live after the close to cover all those earnings with you guys this week. It's going to be huge. ttgoffer.com. Sign up there now. Get your butts in chat. Let's kick some ass and make some money this week. Have a wonderful rest of your night, guys. Have a great night. Take care.